Today we're going to talk about shore power. Okay, so I've been a proponent of these portable charging battery setups for a while now, for a few reasons. One, because they're inexpensive. This is an older one. This is the Noco Genius G7200, which can charge your 12 volt or 24 volt battery at about 100 watts. It's a great little device. It's really small, it's portable. For $100, you can't really beat it. And if anything breaks, you just buy another one. There's a pigtail that goes directly to your battery, and you just plug it into that. You can detach it when you're not using it. It's just really simple. And then this end just plugs into the wall. So as you can tell, this is a North American model. And here you have different modes. You can charge 24 volts or 12 volts. You can charge AGM batteries or AGM Plus, which are some of these more advanced AGM batteries. Or you can actually charge a 12 volt lithium battery as well. I've been using this for about 3 years, but obviously not in Europe, which is one of the things I want to talk about. There's a problem with these when you travel like we do. These are designed for specific regions only. And it's not just the plug. Obviously, this is a North American plug. It's also the circuitry inside them. So this one, as you can tell, if you can read here, it says input 110 to 120 volt AC, 50 to 60 hertz. This you cannot use in Europe or any place that uses 220 or 240 volts AC. So when we came to Europe, we had to buy another one, which gets a little expensive. Like I said, this is about $100. They don't make this one anymore, and they make a 10 amp version. This is a 7.2 amp version. The 10 amp version is $99 right now on Amazon. I'll put a link below if you're interested in that. So what we did when we came to Europe is we bought the 230 volt version that's compatible with European plugs. That goes for all of Europe, the UK, places we've been in the area like Turkey and Morocco. It all uses that. We don't use shore power that often, but we've had to in some occasions. For example, yesterday we had no sun at all. It was rainy, gloomy all day. We only got about 100 watts of solar all day. So we plugged in the shore power, and then by this morning we were fully charged. But I didn't use this. I also didn't use our EU version of this. I used something else. That's what I want to show you today. Let's go under the van. Since we have the whole bottom storage area cleaned out, I can show you exactly what our setup looks like. Okay, we're now under the bed in the back. What you're looking at in this side, this is the driver's side. This is where we have a lot of our electrical components set up. So like I said, we have this one that we used in North America. And when we came to Europe, I bought this. So that is the EU version, and I actually got the 15 amp version, so it charges at double the speed. And I've got it mounted in here, and I've got it hardwired, so I just have a plug that I can plug in, which is great. But what I know is when I go back to North America, I'll have to take this out because this will no longer work, because it's only for 230 or 240 volt, or between 220 and 240 volt AC power. But just to the side of it, you see my secondary Victron Blue Solar MPPT charge controller. So what I use this for is this is for my portable solar array. I have a 100 watt solar suitcase that I use, and this basically just comes out to a lead at the back of the van right here. So when I have my portable solar deployed, I simply plug that in. This is an XT90 connector. It's way overkill because my 100 watt solar only charges at about 7 amps max, but it's what I had. It's convenient, and these are nice plugs. They can't be reverse polarity plugged in. So as you can see, there's a different shape there. So as long as you solder it right, it's going to be fine. So this is what I use when I have my portable solar deployed, which isn't all the time. So that got me thinking. I have this, which I can input anything over 14 volts and under 75 volts DC. And then I realize I've got this, which I'll do a video on in the next week or so. This is just a battery bank. And this has got a charge controller built in, which is also MPPT. I can put in anything between 12 to 40 volts. And because of that, this battery bank comes with this charging brick. It's just a dumb power supply, if you look at it. Because all it does is that it'll take in anywhere between 100 volts to 240 volts AC, meaning this is compatible around the world. This is a standard plug. You can easily find North American plugs that will go directly into that. And this is compatible. This circuitry in here is designed to use worldwide. So now all I gotta do is plug this in, which I rewire this with another XT90 quick disconnect. So this one I only use when I charge my solar battery bank. Now I just gotta plug this into my Victron Blue Solar MPPT charge controller and then plug this end into the wall. And then suddenly I have shore power. And this is just about 7 amps of power supply as well. So now you're thinking, well, maybe I don't want to buy the whole thing just to get this. You can actually get these dumb power supplies really inexpensively, because all these things are, like I said, a dumb power supply. If you have an old laptop that's got a charging brick like this hanging around, those old laptops generally charge between 19 and 22 volts. So that is actually perfect voltage for inputting into an MPPT charge controller like this one. I can put some links down below to show you some really cheap but quality laptop charging bricks that you can buy as replacement charging bricks on Amazon and eBay right now. That'll get you anywhere from 75 watts to even 120 watts of power. So this one, my Victron Blue Solar charge controller, is rated for 10 amps, which can take up to about 120 watts. The new 15 amp one can take up to 180 watts. So you can get a charging brick that can supply up to 180 watts of power. And then all you gotta do is cut this end off and connect some XT60 or XT90 connectors so you can still use it for whatever you're using it for. Or if you're using it just for this purpose, you can just get rid of this and then wire this up to your charge controller. So now my solar charge controller, not only does it allow me to plug in solar panels when I need extra solar power, maybe if I'm parked in the shade or somewhere else, I can also use it as a shore power charge controller. Maybe you're thinking, you know what, Dan, that's not gonna work. That's just some dumb charging brick, and that is for solar. This can't possibly work. Well, let me show you. I got my shore power plug right here. Let me go ahead and plug this brick in. Okay, so now I see that light on. And then from this end, I'm gonna plug in to my solar charge controller. Okay, now we're plugged in. Nothing's blowing up, no magic smoke. Let's go to Victron Connect. I have two charge controllers set up. I have my main one coming in from the sun with solar panel mounted on the roof, and I also have this secondary one, which I usually don't use. So let me go ahead and go into that. Look at that. My batteries are charged right now, so you're only seeing 4 watts coming in. But it is working. Now I'll show you what we did yesterday. We charged it using this method for 870 watts yesterday through shore power and my little battery brick. So yeah, definitely works. And I think it's a much better way than using this Noco Genius or any other kind of portable controller or portable charger, if not for the simple fact that my Victron Blue Solar has Bluetooth connection that I can connect to with my phone. Because my Noco Genius that's installed down here, while it's plugged in, while it's wired in, while I know it's working, I don't really know how it's working. All the lights are on the charger itself. So short of climbing down here and looking up at the actual charger, I don't really know how things are going with that charger. But with this method, I can just monitor it like I do my solar panels. All right, so that's a quick little tip for you guys on how to set up just a basic shore power for your camper. Now, I still like these Noco Genius chargers because it's like all in one, simple. If somebody who's just traveling within one region of the world, you just choose one of these and then you're done. If you don't have solar and you don't have a reason to have a solar charge controller or maybe even a secondary one like I do, then yeah, that's unnecessary expense. Because with one of these, the new version can charge your batteries at 10 amps for about $100. With the solar charge controller, you have to buy Victron Blue Solar MPPT controller, and you have to find either an old laptop charger or buy one for anywhere between $30 and $60. So while this setup is going to be a little bit more expensive, this is going to be vastly more versatile around the world. With about 120 bucks, you're going to be able to charge basically anywhere in the world, anywhere you have AC outlets. And on top of that, when you're ready to have a portable solar panel, you can just make a little quick connector and you can use the same charge controller to plug in and charge from the sun. I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope you learned something from it. If you have any questions about this, go ahead and ask them in the comments below. I'm also going to be putting a freely roaming blog post about this topic on our website, freelyroaming.com. Thank you guys for watching as always. We'll see you guys in the next one.